Hello, Dungeon Design customers. This is Blake, and I have for you a low-level adventure. This adventure would be best for 4 players of typically levels 1 to 2, but it can go up to level 3. So I'm going to go here with the map, and I'm going to talk about the adventure itself. So the start of the adventure is on the way to more important matters. The player stopped an inn. Armed to the teeth, the mayor comes and investigates and talks to them and asks them if they want a job. People have been attacked nearby, and the mayor is interested in figuring out what it is and stopping it. If the players agree, they give them a reward of 15 gold per player, pays for their inn for the night, and allows them to keep whatever they find inside, or from whatever's causing the problems. The mayors will give directions here, and this is the information that the mayor knows, which you can provide to the players on them asking, or you can just say it kind of all. Afterwards, the players will find the directions to the mine, which they will find easily enough. And as they kind of look down into a valley, they see the entrance of the mine right here. As they're kind of looking down into it, they can decide to go inside of it. The mine itself is pretty simple. The person inside of the mine is a Necromancer, a cultist of Orcus, who has taken up residence in here. And I'll just talk about the first part of the cave. So the entrance here, right here where my cursor is at, is pretty abandoned at night. You can see that there are piles of rocks, and whenever the sun goes down, about 1 or 2 hours later, the zombies will come outside and they will start moving rocks using some simple 2-wheeled carts, and they will just take rocks from over here, and they will take them outside and stack them in piles outside, as they're slowly trying to excavate the cave-in that had happened here years ago. If the players try to go in at night, the zombies will be outside or here escorting rocks, and you can have them fight them there. Outside is a small little wooden shack that the miners used to use. It is completely breaking down. There's planks of boards missing, and there's nothing really interesting in here. It's more of a red herring. As they enter into the cave here, there is a pretty large cave with 2 columns that kind of go all the way up. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go. There are these 2 columns here that go all the way from the floor to the wall. After that, there are 3 paths: the one to the left, the one going to the north, and then the one to the east. I'm going to start with this one going to the east first. The one going to the east was originally a natural cavern that they had kind of opened up. The old miners here had opened up and were trying to start mining the quartz that was in here. There are several bodies of the traders that are in this room, starting to decompose a little bit. They don't have anything of worth on them, as they've been pretty much stripped completely clean. Some of them have little bits of clothes, but that's literally it. On the other side is get rid of that. On the other side is another path that kind of loops and winds around. And as you come over here to this room, this is what is known as a Pancake Room. It is a very large and flat room, and I can show you what they kind of look like. Cave. They look like this. They are very scary, as you only have about 18 inches of space. You can barely move. I've been in one where I could literally only move my fingers. So some things, larger creatures like Dragonborn or characters that are wearing heavy plate armor, they're going to have some difficulty fitting in here, if at all. It's really up to you on if you want them to take off their armor before they crawl in through this space. After they crawl in through here, this kind of cave kind of opens up right here, and there's a small pool in here, which is reflected on the map, which is uploaded. If the players stay in this room here, maybe they're trying to camp for the night, a reduced threat ochre jelly will attack them. And that is it. There is nothing else of really of worth in these rooms here. Going back here to the cave-in, there is a path that you can kind of squeeze through, and but a lot of the rocks are here inside of it. Most of this cave-in has been excavated, as it used to go all the way through, and so there is an opening the players can kind of go through. And finally, we have the last chamber. The last chamber is the cultist hiding spot, his residency, where on the left-hand side of the room are numerous different goods that the cultist has taken from the traveling traders, and he's kind of stacked them here into this back room. On the right-hand side of the room is basically his bedroom. He's managed to get a couple of boxes here, acting as like a dinner table. He's got a desk over here that he's managed to disassemble and reassemble, and he's got a pile of blankets and pillows that he uses as a bed. And that is pretty much it. Now I'm going to kind of go over the documents here. I try to keep it very short and consistent, because whenever I'm running other people's modules, that's the number one thing that I get frustrated with, is it's hard to remember what goes where. So here is the outline again, which just kind of outlines what I just said to y'all. And yeah, so the text that is in blue are things that you can say to your players, information that is for the players, such as the mayor coming in, the information that the mayor has, them moving towards the mines, and things like that. Afterwards here, this is a list of the actual inside of the mine. And then you can see here I have listed the map, and I've also listed several links to the creatures that are inside of each one of these. The 2 zombies that are here in C and F, the ochre jelly in E, the cultist, and then the skeletons that are in H, and links to those. So if we can see here, you can see letter C, and then you can kind of scroll up, and you can see exactly what is inside of letter C. Going forward, I will probably modify the layout that I do this a little bit, as I'm typically only writing adventures for myself, so I usually write my adventures in shorthand, but I know what I'm talking about. So if you have any recommendations on how I should change things in the future, leave a comment down below, or if you do run the adventure, run a comment down below to let me know how it worked out for you, and if you enjoyed it, and what recommendations that you have. And with that, this has been another stellar product from the Dungeon Design Company, and I will see y'all next time.